Well, she sneaks around the world from Kiev to Carolina. She's a sticky-fingered filter from Berlin down to Belize. She'll take you for a ride on a slow boat to China. Tell me where in the world is
Nic and Carl.
Hey there, welcome back to Where in the World Are Nic and Carl. If you were wondering where we were last week, we were in front of one of the tables at Country Corral uptown there. And who was our winner?
Mike Unternair.
Mike Unternair. He was on the spot. Like, it was a couple minutes after it was posted, and he sent that
right
in.
there.
So
Talk to Dwayne about that. Is your man working?
that's right. I don't know. It's questionable. So Mike got himself a prize. And this week, we're in front of another location here. It's a pretty cool location.
Yeah, nice.
And so if you know where we are, go ahead and text this number here. And if you're the first person to get the correct answer, you will get a prize. So it's got to be the correct answer. We're pretty specific on our answers here. So, make sure you're getting specific with it. But if you know where we are, go ahead and text that number. Now, Carl, we've been in the book of 1 Thessalonians, correct? And we've been talking about this idea of faith and growth and all the things that come with that. So what is the passage that we're looking at today, and what are some things that we need to know with it?
Okay, so it's the first 12 verses of chapter 4. And again, along with that idea of faith and growth, this time Paul's really hitting the idea of holiness. Okay. So Nick, what would holiness mean to you? I mean, if somebody says, Nick, you need to be more holy. I mean, what is that? What are they wanting? I mean, you're supposed to just be perfect? I mean, maybe Michelle thinks Nick is as holy as he gets. I don't really know.
I don't know about that.
We could ask a lot of family members on that.
You could.
Family members, text in if you think Nick's been holy or not. We can go that route too, No prizes involved on that. Holy,
anyway,
what does that mean?
I think about the definition of holy, which is set apart, right?
Yes, it is.
So if we look at holiness, being set apart in the context of being a part of the community of faith, we're being set apart from things of the world and sin and everything that goes on there, and we're setting ourselves apart from that to be a part of the community of God. That's kind of what I think of in holiness. But you kind of put me on the spot there.
Yeah,
so.
I know. I didn't fill him in ahead of time. No, I know, and you're right. It is about being set apart, for God's purposes. So we have to look different than the world.
Right.
And it's interesting here. So Paul ends up getting there's a whole list. I'll let you read the list in these verses then. But there's a whole list of, it's all about holiness. Okay. And then you're supposed to abstaining from this, control this, don't do that. There's a whole list about, if you're going to be holy for God, then you're supposed to be reflecting who he is for the world, or even reflecting God's image in your own life. And so that means it is about behavior. So again, on that faith and growth journey, it does matter what I do. So like, my actions are supposed to reflect God. And what that really means is my actions actually do reflect God, because I call myself a follower of God. So am I reflecting the right thing? I mean, it makes a difference how I'm living and what I'm doing. So he spends a lot of time talking about that. Again, he's going to have this idea about love one another. So that's very important. There's some other things at the end then too. Live your life quietly, mind your own affairs, work with your hands. I mean, there's a lot of things that it makes a difference how we live. And so Paul's talking about that in this passage. It's a good one. So it's 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, the first 12 verses. Read it ahead of time, because it'll help. You'll get some good stuff out of it on your own. I want to talk about this on Sunday, and we grow together then. So
definitely, and that's what we're supposed to do as a body of Christ. Grow together, learn together, and reflect Jesus better. So we hope to see you on Sunday, 9:15 here in the sanctuary, and in between now and then, take a look at 1 Thessalonians, and if you know where we're at, text this number right here, and you might win yourself a prize. Okay, see you later.
Well, she sneaks around the world from Kiev to Carolina.